child on, different levels that need to be aware of in your child to be successful. So birth.
And I definitely want to mention here, one of our partner agencies, Healthy Start, also conducts these screenings, and they work very closely with families from the moment of birth on. So that's also another valuable resource for families to consider. And you mentioned the doctor, so the pediatrician can also be a resource for families for information, correct?
Yes. What we do is we allow the parents to really connect with their pediatrician. We may, come across some things that, because we're not licensed to do it, but just as working one-on-one and as a parent and going over these screenings, that's our first instinct is talk to your pediatrician, because a lot of times your pediatrician can take you through the whole guideline as well as a teacher can, as where your child needs to be in different areas.
And what does a typical screening include, Nikki? And is this a conversation that you have with the parent and the child present as well?
It depends again, and on the household and as the parent, as the child. Because if you're very hands-on with your child, you don't need your child there, because the questions are basically everyday action. There's something that they do, common. It's if you're outside and a child is throwing a ball, kicking a ball, or just conversating, um, that's mostly what the screenings are about. It talks about the social skill, how you interact with other kids or interact with yourself as a parent. So it's good to have the child there, but if the child can't be there, you don't have to prolong the screening. That's just knowing your child and your everyday actions with your child.
Is this a long process, Nikki, just to give parents sort of a time frame? Does it take an hour? Does it take 30 minutes?
It's again, I don't want to give you a particular a length of time, but it's really not a long screening. You don't want something to be so long that you're so driven into it that you actually misunderstand the question. So it's a lot, like I said, it's very common. It's a typical parent may take 5 or 10 minutes, if that. Again, it all depends on how well do you know your child when it comes to the the screening. I don't want parents to think, oh, I don't know my child because I don't know this answer. It's just based on the questions um, from the screening, that are you being aware that your child is doing this or doing that. And that's why we keep stressing it. Know your child as when it comes to physical, language, social. But our job is to actually expose the parents to some of the areas that sometimes are getting looked over. So it's just knowing what's on the screen in itself.
So just to summarize, the screening is really a checkup. It's a conversation that you have with families. It's not lengthy. The focus is really to know your child and to help you and assist you in better understanding what skills your child masters. Like you said, there's strengths. And in terms of weaknesses, what areas we need to partner with you to help your little one be ready for kindergarten. And it's also important for families to keep the pediatrician in mind, because the pediatrician could be a valuable resource during this process. Nikki, for parents who are interested in having their little ones screened because they're entering VPK or kindergarten in the fall, how can they contact you in Gifford or contact Maria in Fellsmere? What is the easiest way to do that?
The easiest way is just go on Facebook, inbox Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, let them know that you're interested in the ASQ, give them your name and your phone number. Me or my partner Maria, we will be on it as soon as we get the message. And the first call may just be because you don't want to go so strictly into the screening. We want, again, we want to know where your child is at, or do we need to assist you in it, or is you okay or comfortable doing it yourself? But again, just go on to Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative on Facebook and inbox, and we will get to you as soon as we get the message.
Nikki, we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, we want to hear some of the sample questions in the screening. So let's take a break and we will be right back.
At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our two focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the City Annex, and our new Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Everyday activities are great for finding moments for talking and teaching new words. Babies' brains grow 80% in the first 18 months of life. As parents and your baby's first teacher, you can help build their brain with language and literacy skills. Involve the whole family. Ask questions. The more words babies hear, the larger their vocabulary can grow. Support early childhood education by talking, reading, singing, and family engagement. This message has been brought to you by PNC Grow Up Great and the Florida Grade Level Reading Campaign.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
This year, let the professionals at Premier Landscape Solutions enhance your property's curb appeal. Our expert design team can help turn your tired landscaping into the perfect backyard and create a customized care plan that will keep your property looking great year-round. 772-925-0030. Visit our website at VeroBeachLandscaping.com. From bare bones to beautiful, let us transform your space today.
We don't make excuses, we make results. Premier Landscape Solutions. In today's media landscape, podcasting is prominent. At Planet Zero, we have the tools to deliver your podcast to all the major podcast platforms. And your podcast is heard on 3 local radio stations, plus worldwide on iHeartMedia. Then, we can add in the component of video and live stream your show to Facebook, YouTube, your website, and live stream, giving you a professional, forever video that does wonders to communicate to your clientele. Idea Garden Advertising operates Planet Zero Radio and TV. Call us and find out what we can do for you. Have your own radio show and podcast. You'll be amazed how affordable and effective podcasting can be. We will give you more professionalism, more exposure, and for less money. Don't make the mistake of investing in a show until you've shopped us. Call Idea Garden Advertising at 772-778-2832 and discover the power of Planet Zero podcasting.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Joining me today is our early literacy specialist, Nikki Boswell from Gifford. Nikki, welcome back.
Thank you.
Nikki, in the brief time that we have left, could you share with us some sample questions of the screening tool that we use with little ones to make sure that they are progressing through the developmental milestones?
Yes, we have fine motor skills. The fine motor skill is just basically gripping, a small child when he goes a little, into 2 years old, is just how they hold on to things, just beginning to hold a pencil or a crayon or marker, feeding themselves. And again, the most is going into the kindergarten is how to properly hold a pencil using the 3-finger grip. A lot of times when you find kids holding like this, they're not strengthening. They only use the 3 fingers grip on the pencil. So that is like one of the most important going into kindergarten, to be able to hold a pencil only using the 3 fingers grip on a pencil or a marker or anything that they're using to draw or write. You have the social skills, just far as communicating, using words when they want something, or just responding to someone is talking to them. You have the gross motor skills. That's just using their whole body. Kids, as a small child, a year, 9 months, being able to pull themselves up. Again, that's climbing, stairs using rotating feet and not their hands. And going into kindergarten, a child should be able to skip on alternate feet, or to be able to stand on one foot while counting to 5 or 10. Then you also have, again, cognitive. That's just thinking, problem solving. If you tell a child to go open the refrigerator, get the milk, and bring it to me, that's actually 3 directions that we gave that child. So it's step by step. It's not going to test, is not geared to fail your child. It's only to let you know where your child needs to be at their age. So it varies all the way up to, again, going into kindergarten.
And Nikki, if for some reason a child does not recognize those questions that they're asked, or is below cutoff in some areas, it could be that the child is not familiar with that language, does not recognize that activity. And you work with the families, you and Maria work with the families to support those areas, correct?
Yes, what we do is once we have done the assessment and we put in the computer, and it all automatically put it into, concern. Again, I don't want to say concern. It could be exposed, as Nivea said. Monitor, that means just kind of, it's not below, but it's not above. It's just something we continue to, do here and there. And then it has the above. Once we get it and it says below, our job is to come in again, because we want to build a relationship with our families, and we want to talk and say, have you been doing this, or maybe we should do this a little bit more. And the low area, in the monitoring area, we try to stay focused and just, again, assist the parents of being their child first teacher. And that's by assisting. Sometimes we can give them ideas or activity to help increase your child ability to be able to do what the screening says to do.
Well, we certainly want to encourage all of our families in Indian River County, if you have a little one, ages 0 to 5, someone who's going into VPK or kindergarten this year, to reach out to Nikki or Maria. Contact us through our Facebook page. As Nikki mentioned, this is really a partnership, and a screening tool is a help. It's not something scary. It's something that we want to do to make sure that your little one is successful for kindergarten, right, Nikki?
Right, that's the goal. So your child be ready for kindergarten. And again, as a teacher, they can say, "Oh, my mom already taught me that," or "My mom, this is the way my mom said it." Again, we want the child to be successful, as well as the parents to be successful, as well as being their child first teacher. Again, the assessment is only to help, as well as me and Maria. We just want to come help and support you to know the right tools, or all the tools, that your child will be successful going into kindergarten.
And we encourage you to contact us through our Facebook page, KRC, Indian River County. Send us an inbox message or also through our website, krcirc.org. Nikki, you and Maria are also distributing these feedback cards to family and their Learn to Play kits, correct?
Yes, I'm so excited about those. Again, in the kit, we want to gear to something that's going to be easy access to the families as learning and having fun. And these kits that we have now, we're putting in the feedback card. We want to hear back from the ones that's getting the kit. We want to know if we need to stay on that same path or should we change it because we want it to be fit that you want to utilize the kit over and over and over again. We may call and do some discussion because, in case your child is succeed in a something area, we want to give you something to continue to use that activity, but do it in a different way. But we also want to come back, look at our card and say, she said she liked the alphabet play. I'm going to use that because we did that last week. Okay, how can we utilize this even more? Because that was a catch. It got the kids' attention. It was easy for the parent to sit and assist that child. So the card is not to just get into all your business, but we would like to get a feedback on what should we do more or less.
Nikki, I want to thank you for joining me today and encourage all parents to visit our Facebook page and look forward to the summer learning kit from KRC. And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.